Good evening, everyone. Today is February 4th. This is Sunday, 2024. The time here is 8:34 in the evening, which is Sunday. Wilhelmina works 7 days a week. This is my virtual office. I want you to listen to this conversation that I have. That this buyer, he knew me. There were been scam in Sierra Leone. This is what he said. I will let you listen. Those buyer running around thinking they can get gold cheap price. This is what the result that the buyer lost money because he was been offered to pay taxes. Listen very carefully on my conversation with this buyer's brother. They knew me since last year. How are you? Fantastic, I'm alive. The most important, I'm alive. Last time, my brother fraud in Africa. And then, what happened? So many money spent. Well, because he's looking for cheap price. That is the reason. Yes. See? Yes. This is the good answer. Cheap price and other less payment to yes. In Dubai. Well, no one is bringing gold in Dubai. The reason why most of the buyer been cheated because they think they can get gold for nothing. Gold is not for free. Gold is not cheap. There is a value. Yeah. See? I know. Listen to this conversation that I have this morning. Today is evening. I've been to Africa last year. My transaction was successful because I was with the buyer. I guide the buyer. But if you are looking for cheap price, that's it. Your brother was talking to me before. Yes, after. Yeah. And then they don't talk to me. They go behind my back. They're looking for cheap price. What happened? Disaster. See? Yes. See? And what at this time, what price, ma'am? Our selling price less 8% tax included. In Africa. Well, Africa doesn't sell cheap price. They always base on the world market. Only fake seller going to giving you cheap price, but they are not real. The real seller would not give his gold for nothing. When you resell the gold, you make money. How you convince me? Because I'm the one who will advise the seller to give you a very good price. Because I'm going to be with you. I'm not going to allow you to travel by yourself. I am going to be with you. After 2-3 months, I'm in Nepal, current. Yeah. After 2-3 months, come in Dubai, then we plan for big investment. Well, you need to follow the procedure. I've given you the procedure before on your WhatsApp. But you didn't read. You didn't read. Always running around. I want you to listen, guys. This is for you. Yeah. If you are looking for cheap price, you will not. Okay, but we diamond or gold both supply. Both. See, I have to shorten. This buyer knew me. He was talking to me last year. He said he's a buyer. So this buyer from Nepal was window shopping and he was being offered to pay taxes. So he was being excited. What happened? He traveled to Sierra Leone. Disaster. He lost 60,000. I'm going to continue playing again. You need to convince me. You need to convince me. Yeah? I have a 1 ton 4-month supply capacity. Well, we can supply, but how are you able to pay? Because this is not C.I.F. This is F.O.B, bank to bank. Okay? See, he's looking for 1 ton, and when he went to Sierra Leone, he can only afford to pay taxes. What happened? He lost 60,000. Yeah? So this is, you guys are greedy. Buyers are greedy. Sellers are greedy. That is the reason why, right? I even educate my seller. You don't need to be selfish and greedy because you are selling the world asset. You need to follow the golden rules of your country. So what happened? This buyer lost money. Today we went out for dinner. Another gentleman, he's an old guy. I think when I look at his face, he's 70. I told him just retired. He lost money, 100,000 as well. He went to Ghana, lost money. Right now, he's knocking at my door. And he said to me, I'm gonna read his message on WhatsApp. Okay? This is his message. I have to expose you guys. This is saying, okay. I sent him the full corporate offer, but he didn't listen because he's a joker broker. Okay, he's acting on behalf of his buyer. His buyer paying his services, but the buyer lost money. That's what he told me. He said on his message here. Okay. Dear Wilhelmina, we are chasing you as Europe in is only rich due to imported to your countries imported gold. That's why we knock your door. We are established company since 1964 in London as international commodities metal merchants serving the world, of course, for our profit, but never have been a joker or scammers or taken a keep anyone's single penny unfairly. Whereas from not your country, but Nigeria, we lost money with duplicate traders. Do not want to use any strong words themselves. I have been trading more than 60 years, but this is a specific trade in Africa. But if you are buying gold for 60 years, why you lose money? This is my question. So I'm just reading. They went to Ghana. He was been dealing with Nigerian broker, right? What happened? Disaster. He lost $100,000. Most of you, you come to Wilhelmina, you're not reading the full corporate offer. Very clear. There's no one provided the full corporate offer on social media. Most of the joker broker, they're scared to reveal who is their buyer because they wanted to keep their buyer. If you come to Wilhelmina, I'm very strict. I need a copy of your business registration, importation license, your passport copy, the proof of fund that you have $500,000 or $1 million. Without that, I wouldn't believe it. At least you read the full corporate offer, but this gentleman, he didn't digest it. He didn't. He kept on running around on the group. Most of the group landed to Wilhelmina. 95 or 97% on the group on WhatsApp, they're all joker broker. They didn't meet the criteria. Another guy, he saw me on YouTube just a few hours ago. He live in United States right now. He is in Kenya. He's asking my services. I told him my services is not for free. Mhm. He wanted me to find a buyer and or investors for their company. I said, no, I'm not interested. I don't know you. You just found me on my YouTube, and I told him, go back and listen to my video. You might pick up a really good wordings and apply that to you. And he asked me to bring buyer. I said, no, I don't bring buyer to stranger. I only bring buyer to my seller that I have transaction successful. I told this Kenyan guy, I handle Mali, Conakry, and Sierra Leone only. Mhm. He said that he has a difficulty looking for real buyer. And I told him, I don't chase buyer. Buyer chasing us. Why? I put everything on YouTube. And if the buyer dissatisfied on YouTube, you can click on the link. You can go to my platform on Facebook. Video, very extensive. The video has the wording because most of our video has been copied, right? There's a new production that we have, Mali, Conakry. Listen to that message and listen to that video. Then after you listen, send me a letter of interest coming from you if you're a buyer. That is very simple. You're applying to buy. You are not collecting information. You collect information through Wilhelmina. This is what this buyer from Nepal, he come back to Wilhelmina. Yes, they lose $60,000. And I told this buyer, I told your brother, that don't travel without Wilhelmina. If you can afford to pay my extra service, guaranteed you will get the gold. He went to Sierra Leone. He spent 60,000. Disaster. Mhm. And this Nepal buyer says, Africa, lot of scammer. I told him, you're one of the scammer. The meaning of scam means you lied yourself. He was laughing. You deceive yourself. Seller and buyers are deceiving each other, especially if the seller selling you cheap price. Do not believe on seller selling you cheap price because there is a tax. There is a value added tax. Our selling price is not C.I.F. It's not cost insurance and freight. This is F.O.B. You send a letter of interest. You identify yourself who you are. Wilhelmina will scrutinize you. The letter of interest called LOI must be attention to Wilhelmina because I'm going to validate. Then I would determine which seller I'm going to take you. Either I'm going to take you to Sierra Leone, Mali, and Conakry. Do not travel to Sierra Leone without proper planning. Yes, there's a lot of sellers in Sierra Leone will offer you fake price, guaranteed 100%. Yes, there's a lot of seller in Mali offer you undervalue. Yes, at the end of the day, you are going to be cheated. In Conakry, yes, there's also sellers offer you to pay taxes only. Yes, at the end of the day, you are going to become disaster. 100% disaster. Listen to this lady in front of you. If you search on YouTube, you might find this video. There is no way you can get gold to pay taxes. Only. You have to pay the gold plus government sales tax. Our selling price, less 8%, tax included. You don't need to pay taxes because the tax, it's already on the price. We package it. So you don't need to be confused, except you have to pay the logistic, except you need to pay the insurance. You need to insure the gold because this is F.O.B. This is not cost insurance and freight only. This is not LC. This is not escrow. This is not a standard letter of credit. Meaning to say you have a deficiency of cash flow. Gold is cash. Gold is king. So that is the reason why you failed. Everybody knows Wilhelmina. They're scared of me. Why are you going to be scared with me? Look at this buyer from Nepal. He flew to Sierra Leone. Look at this buyer from United Kingdom. They flew to Ghana dealing with Nigerian disaster. There's a lot. I met a guy from Dubai, disaster. When I was in Conakry, that gentleman stayed in Nome Hotel. I was staying in Nome Hotel. He didn't get the gold. But this gentleman from Dubai, he knows me. They were communicating with me. What happened, he was dealing with the seller whom I know. But I did not tell this Pakistan buyer. I told him, go to the office because I have 3 different sellers in Conakry. And he went to the office and he showed me the contract and I told him, this signature is not the signature of the CEO. I know the CEO. Failure. And then he asked me, please help me. He returned to Dubai empty-handed. Why? He cannot afford. His buyer paying his trip to Conakry. Mr. Buyer, you don't need to deal with joker broker. You deal with Wilhelmina. I'm going to assist you. I'm going to meet you. I'm going to take you to Sierra Leone. I'm going to take you to Mali if you want tons of gold. Dubai and Conakry, one stop, there's an Emirate flight twice a week. I'm going to take you, but before I'm going to take you, read the full corporate offer first. Send me your business registration, a copy. I want to see whether you're a buyer or not. Send me a copy of your importation license, passport copy, and the proof of fund that you have standby money in your bank account. The proof of product, you will see it when you're gonna come with Wilhelmina to inspect and assay the gold. That is the proof of product. You will not see the proof of product unless you have a contract, unless you place your order 5 or 10 kilos. You will see the proof of product based on your order when you come to the office. Does that make sense? Mhm. So there's a lot of buyers disaster. Most of the buyer open their company in Dubai. Disaster, disaster, disaster. I called you disaster. There is no way that the gold will come to your destination without export documentation. Now, Mr. Buyer, the export documentation is in front of you. I expanded. I put number one, number two, number three, number four, number five. Just follow it. Just read it. Don't be excited. Read it, digest it properly. Subscribe on my YouTube channel. Time to time, you will be alerted when I interview the buyer live uploaded on my YouTube. Click below, click on the link. You will be redirected into my platform on Facebook. You will see the available stock, gold, video to video. We no longer sending you video, send me an email. I put the message on the video. You have to read it and you have to view it, digest it, then we can do business. I'm no longer to keep on sending email. You are already on WhatsApp. You already on my platform on Facebook. You are already on my platform on YouTube. Just read it, digest it. Then that is the time you said, there, Wilhelmina, I watch your YouTube channel. I hereby place my order 20 kilos. This is my business registration attached. This is my importation license. This is my passport copy. This is my proof of fund, Wilhelmina. Wilhelmina, please assist me. Yes, I'm going to assist you. Don't you know that I'm going to charge you to assist you on the ground, right? You must remember, read the full corporate offer because it says, do not trouble without Wilhelmina. Wilhelmina's services is not for free. Just read it, digest it properly before you come to Wilhelmina. If you don't like it, at least you learn. I know you are window shopping. I know you've been dealing with so many joker offer. Yeah, to me it's fine. Just imagine this buyer from United Kingdom is on the group. Now suddenly he said, well, Amina, I'm knocking at your door. I told him, you did not pay attention. He said, "Yeah, I didn't." I said, well, you have to read. Go back and read. Then I will help you to recover your losses. My seller in Conakry lost $24 million 2019 because of the scrupulous buyer and the seller eldest son agree on full 100 full corporate 100% C.I.F. What happened? Disaster. And the son of the owner, he was being disowned and he killed himself. This business is very dangerous. Believe me, Mr. Buyer, if you deal with so many chain of joker broker, you are ended into disaster. 100% guaranteed. I learned from many mistakes. I handled Ghana 2013. I was being screwed. Both buyers and seller. A Mexican buyer, lucky that Mexican buyer did not get the 50 kilos because I stopped it. And I told this Mexican buyer, his name is Eric Blasco from Mexico. He's also a mafia. And I told him, you did not finish the transaction. You think you're smart, I'm smarter than you. So I sent the email to the head office, Orum Mining Company. David was been arrested in Russia, and the old man died of stress, heart attack. This gold business is not for you if you're not very careful. I know, and I'm not going to send you alone without me. Mr. Bayo, I'm charging my extra service to assist you on the ground. $20,000, take it or leave it. If you cannot afford, therefore you don't have the money. Look at this buyer. He was talking to me last year. He went to Sierra Leone. He was offered to pay taxes. And then the younger brother come to me this morning. And they said that his big brother lost $60,000. And I told this younger brother, I know your brother. And he was laughing. Yeah, he was laughing. And I told him, well, You're cheating yourself. Do you know what is the meaning of scam in the old version? You lied yourself. You let the seller to lie to you. I was being screwed, you must remember. I am sharing you my bad experience. I was screwed in Ghana. That is why I don't want to deal Ghana no matter what. I have a nightmare in Ghana. Ghana is a nice country, but the sellers are notorious. Notorious. Yes, if you're not very careful, you're gonna be kidnapped. Yes. You will not be kidnapped if I'm gonna be with you because I'm going to sit down with my head office, meeting with you. If you don't like it, then I will find a backup. You can still cancel during the meeting if you don't like it. You need to pay the gold because the gold would not be assay unless you make a deposit. Just like when you buy a car, you make a deposit before the car will be delivered to you. Buying gold exactly the same. You buy a property, you inspect the house, you like the house, you make a deposit, right? Subject for finance. Buying gold, inspect, you make a deposit, subject for asset report, subject for your payment, bank to bank, because your payment will reflect the cash inflow. The seller didn't tell you this. No, the seller would just only think about your money. I am here with you, Mr. Buyer, but my services is not for free. There was a lady a few nights ago, the lady from Dublin, and I rejected this lady. She said that his buyer lost money. Well, whose fault is that? Mhm. I don't want to listen to your sad story. Yeah, the full corporate offer is already in front of you. You read it, digest it, then come to Alamina when you're ready. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant good evening. Today, the world market is closed. At the moment, the price is 65. Tomorrow, Monday, we don't know what is the price. Now, you're going to say, well, Amina, what is the price? You are not reading, you are not paying attention. Our selling price, less 8% tax included. However, if you convince Wilhelmina, your LOI must be addressed to Wilhelmina because I'm going to validate you. Then I will advise the head office that I validated you. Then I will renegotiate the price. Instead of 8%, I might ask my head office to give you 10 to 11% because I am charging you of $20,000 to cover my travel cost to be with you on the ground. Is that make sense, Mr. Buyer? If you cannot afford, then go somewhere else. Just like this buyer from Nepal. He went to Sierra Leone. Instead of paying my extra service, he lost $60,000. So what happened? Disaster. What happened to this old man from UK? They are looking for cheap price. He said he's been experienced for 64 years on buying gold. And I told him, if you are experienced, why you lose money? Why you are not very attentive? Yeah. Wilhelmina is very attentive. I am gonna be with you, Mr. Baya. I will arrive the day before you arrive. I will do the planning for you. You're paying my extra service non-refundable. Non-refundable the $20,000. The $20,000 to cover my airfare, hotel, accommodation is spending money. If you cannot afford, then you go somewhere else. You might be offered cheap price. Go for it, because at the end of the day, you're gonna be disaster. Just like these two buyers, knock knock at my door. This is my virtual office. I'm based in Australia. I'm very practical. If you listen to this video, you're a winner. But if you don't listen and excited, you are going to be a loser. Listen to this video from the beginning to the end. Then click below, read the full corporate offer. There's a link. Click the link. Go on my platform on Facebook. Read again. Look at the available stock. Gold in Mali, we have tons of gold. Gold in Conakry, we have tons of gold. Gold in Sierra Leone. We will no longer keep sending email. It's already on my platform. What you have to do, Mr. Baya, You are going to send me a letter of interest, not cut and paste. The LOI must be coming from you on your company letterhead, stating how many kilos, the carats you are looking for, the purity that you are looking for, the mode of payment, the most important. This is not C.I.F. This is F.O.B. The delivery destination, you have to put that into your LOI. So when I review that, I'm going to make a phone calls. I'm going to ask you, open your camera because I want to see you live video call. Before I'm going to tell you, okay, let's travel to Sierra Leone. Okay, let's travel to Mali if you want tons of gold. Okay, let's travel to Conakry if you are from Dubai. Because Dubai, Conakry, there is a Emirate flight twice a week, Thursday and Saturday. Does that make sense now, Mr. Baya? So don't come to Wilhelmina if you are not attentive. Because I'm going to ask you, how did you meet me? How did you find my name? Oh, on YouTube channel. Go back and read again. Most of the joker broker doesn't like my guts. Yeah? They accuse me as a scammer. I don't know how much I scam them. Those joker broker hates my gut are the scammer. They are lying themselves, collecting information. They are lying themselves because they wanted to earn commission. Mr. Baya, you don't need joker broker, chino broker. You are already on the social media, Mr. Baya. You have the phone, you have a Wi-Fi, you have internet. Why are you dealing with a chain of joker broker? They come to Alamina, right? And then they ask the commission, Mr. Baya, instead of paying this joker broker, you pay Wilhelmina's extra service. We will give you a layaway. Wilhelmina gonna be with you from the beginning to the end. But let us do the planning because you are buying $1,000,000 here. You're not buying banana here. Gold is king. Gold is money you're buying, Mr. Baya. That is the reason why you think you can find cheap price. You think you can pay taxes. That is normal. You have to buy the product plus VAT, value added tax. In your country, you always pay VAT. Here in Australia, every time I do the shopping, plus VAT. The checkout lady would not tell you, oh, this is the VAT. They just added. How much the total? Lucky that I explained to you. Yeah? Seller would not explain to you like this. But anyway, tomorrow the price of gold is different. Today is Sunday. The price of gold is 65. Less 8% tax included. Except the shipping cost. Except insurance. You need to insure that. You're gonna say, oh, I wanna buy brings to brings. I think you don't know what you're doing. Brings is only a logistic. We will hand over the gold to brings when you paid in full. Because brings would not receive gold undocumented. The brings can be accused as a smuggler. So, you have an account to brings, that is your responsibility. You pay the gold, we will provide you all necessary export documentation, then brings can pick it up, then brings can ship it to you. We don't have any account of brings because my seller have his own in-house shipping agent. If you have an account, there's no problem. You pay the gold, you organize the brings will pick it up. All right. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant good evening. I don't know if you understand my video. Just like this Kenyan, he found me on my YouTube. Still, he didn't understand. He come to me. I told him, I'm sorry, I wouldn't be able to assist you. That's all I say.